Rabotai, good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
With the permission of my father, today we're going to continue the halachot of Kibbud Avi'em and Musar, Bezrat Hashem B'lineder. The Yalkut Yosef brings down in Perek Bet in Halacha Daled that everybody knows that it's brought down in the Shulchan Aruch. It's brought down in the Shulchan Aruch in Siman Pei Tet in Halacha Bet. Kivan shegiya zman tefila asur la'adam la'akdim lepetach chaveru l'ten lo shalom. There's a whole halacha in the Shulchan Aruch that speaks about that once already the time that for tefillah comes, are you allowed to go to your friend's house and are you allowed to give him a shalom? Or what about if you are walking on the derech and somebody comes across you, are you allowed to say to them shalom? So it's a very big inyan rabotai. You're allowed to say good morning if you're coming across, etc. But the question over here would be, the Shulchan Aruch wants to bring down that just like we see over here that it's asur for a person to go to a friend's house to give him a hello, what about when you come to shul and you come across your father? Are you allowed to go ahead and are you allowed to kiss your father's hands? As we saw last time that there's an obligation to kiss your parents' hands. Believe me, if there would be an opportunity, we have an obligation also to kiss their legs. But Rabotai, we don't do that today, but at least the kissing of the hands must be done like we saw last time. So the question over here is, before a person davens, can he kiss his father's hands? Or does he first daven to Hashem, and only then does his father come? So he says over here, Im pagash ba'aviv kodem shu ben hitpalol shacharit. If a person came across his father before the son even daven shacharit, mutar lo lenashek et yedei aviv av kodem hatefillah. He's allowed to go ahead and kiss the hands of his father even before davening to Hashem. Rabotai, a lot of things over here in these halachot, if would this be another person, it would not be allowed, because we don't bow down to anybody or to anything. Even going like this in the morning, it's a problem, Rabotai, because you first want to daven to Hashem. But, like we said last time, when it comes to your father and your mother, if you come across them right before davening, you are allowed to go ahead, put your head down, Rabotai, break yourself, and kiss their hands. Rabotai, in the Piskei Teshuvah, he brings down over here, also in Sif Gimel, the Shulchan Aruch, we speak about honoring our parents and fearing our parents. When I say fearing our parents, it doesn't mean like you fear when you have a cop behind you or you're going to Loleni court case, chas v'shalom, and you're shaking. Rabotai, that's not the type of fear that we're speaking about. We're speaking about a fear of awe, of realizing that these are your parents. The Shulchan Aruch brings down in Sif Gimel and Simon Reish Mem in Yoredeya, Ad Heichan Moran, up to how much do I have to fear my parents? Haya ben lavush chamudot v'yoshev b'rosh hakahal. Can you imagine this, Rabotai? The son is wearing the finest clothing, and he is sitting at the head of the congregation. 5,000 people, 1,000 people. Ubau aviv v'imo, his parents came, his father and his mother. V'kar'u begadav, they ripped his clothing, the most expensive clothing that he was wearing. V'hikihu al rosho, both of them, they hit him on his head in front of everybody. V'yarku befanav, and they spit in his face. Rabotai, as I do this halakha, we need to realize we have all the claims on our parents, that our parents don't treat us right? They don't do this for us, they don't do that for us. Aaron Chik John, there's a very big problem. Who said that they have to do anything for you? You have to do everything for them. So that's what the Shulchan Aruch tells us. Even in all these three cases, what is the son supposed to do? Does he move? What is he supposed to do? He's being embarrassed. The Shulchan Aruch says, Lo yichalem otam, you're not allowed to embarrass them. Rather, what you have to do, Eli yishtok, rather be quiet. V'yireh min hamelech malchei hamalachim, shetzivahu bikach. And you should see, Miljon, it's as if the King of Kings, meaning Hashem himself, this is what he commanded them to do. He commanded them to behave like this. You have no reason to get upset with your parents. Rabotai, you see over here, what does that tell us? That when a father or mother do something bad to you, Rabotai, it's not them. This is what Hashem decreed that they should do. He commanded them that this is the way they should act towards you. So what do we, the children, do, Rabotai? We, Baruch Hashem, come to daven. We, Baruch Hashem, put on tefillin. We learn. We do all the mitzvot in the Torah. But when it comes to our parents, we do not even recognize them. We raise our hands. We answer back. We have no respect for them. With all our Torah, forgive me for my language, we don't believe in Hashem. Because the Shulchan Aruch is telling us you have to look at your parents. When they're doing that to you, it's as if Hashem is doing it to you. So if you're down into Hashem in Shul, why don't you believe this, what is happening to you right now, is also from Hashem? Why are you answering back? That's what Rabotai the Shulchan Aruch says. A person has to be quiet. We never have the right to ever answer back to our parents. Rabotai brings down over here. give me water. Also the Rambam brings this down. And he adds something. שאילו מלך בשר ודם גזר עליו דבר שהוא מסתער יותר מזה לא יכול לפרחם בדבר. רבותיי, thank you. Rabotai, the Rambam brings down something very fascinating. He says, had this been the Melech, a king of flesh and blood, he decreed on the person, Chas v'shalom, that he's going to be embarrassed more, beat up, who knows what, shamed in front of everybody. What were you going to be able to do? If the king made a decree, what are you going to do? He wants you to walk on the street with your underwears. What are you going to do? I'm asking you a question. What are you going to do?
You have to do it.
You're going to have to do it. How much more so to the one who said, and the whole world came into being, meaning Hashem himself. What does that tell us, Artur John? When these things happen to us, you could say Baruch Hashem, you could say Be'ezrat Hashem, you could use all the nice Todah La'el, you could do all the nice languages. But when your parents disrespect you and you're answering back to them, you don't believe it's Hashem. You believe it's your parents and you feel that you have a right to speak over them. That's what about that we have to be very careful no matter what they say, no matter how they say it. You like it, you don't like it. Why they ask you? They brought you into this world. I never saw in the CEO business, big company. The boss says, I want you guys from 5 a.m. in the morning to 12 p.m. at night. No, I can't come. I can't come. It's not for me. Who's going to say that? He put the time, you're there. He's not there, you're there. This we understand. Somehow we are able to understand what are people, flesh and blood. But we're not able to understand what Hashem is. And this is our problem. And this is why today's generation of Rabotai, their children are going off the derech. They don't know Rabotai. They don't even know that there's no authority. Forget about thinking about God. They don't even know that there's no authority in the house. They think they are the authority, Rabotai. Until they end up in jail or until they end up in the grave, in the cemetery. Rabotai, I want to tell you a small story. There was a friend, long time back, there was a guy, I want to say a friend. There was a guy, big guy. He wasn't afraid of nobody. When I say nobody, I mean nobody. He got in trouble. He would do things that were out of this world. His father used to tell him, Sunok, don't do this, don't do this. Chas v'shalom, you could go to jail. Smoking is wrong, doing drugs is wrong, don't go around with girls. Rabotai, I'm not speaking about religious father, I'm talking about secular father. So you know what the son should say? Hello, Papa. When he said, when I'm going to enter into the jail, I'm going to show them over there who's the man. You don't worry about me. Rabotai, this continued for a few months until he got in real trouble and they threw him in jail. Once he was thrown into jail, you know the first phone call who he made to him? His father. You know how he made the phone call? Papa, take me out. Rabotai, do you know why he was crying to his father? I don't have to tell you why. Because automatically he became their wives over there. Over here he thought he was a big man, but in jail, Rabotai, he was nobody. He asked, Papa, please take me out, give me all the... Papa, I'm not taking you out. Stay there because it's better for you there than for you to end up in the cemetery. Rabotai, our parents, when they do something, they know what they're doing. They're doing everything from the bottom of their hearts. Even if it seems that it's against our will, it's not. They only want the best for us. And we're going to conclude over here, Rabotai, and this is Brodam Masech Kiddushin. This is the whole story with the Dima ben Nitina, that he was one time sitting at the head of the table, dressed with nice royal jacket, a cloak. Vaya Yoshev ben Gidulei Romi, he was sitting amongst the great people of Rome. Uba'ata imo, and this is the Kiddush, and his mother came. V'kara'ata mim, and she ripped the jacket from him. V'tavcha lo al rosho, she hit him on his head. V'yirka lo befarav, she spit in his face. V'lo chilima rabotai, and he did not embarrass his mother back. He did not embarrass his mother back. Uba'shulchan gavoa sipkat in your olive amad. He wanted to understand what's pesharim, why you have three cases over here. Ripped the jacket, hit on the head, and spit on the face. Why these three things? So he says, he says, why did the Shulchan Aruch have to bring us these three cases? Because he explains, he wants to teach us, the children, that we need to realize no matter which aspect of your life your parents are going to hurt you, you must honor them and be quiet at all times. I was going to say shut up. Hey, we have no attitude. Control. We say whatever we want to our parents. It's very sad. And explained the b'maaseh ze yesh tzara di mamona, tzara di gufa, and also you have also over here ubizayon gadol. You have over here the pain of money because she ripped his jacket. Even if your parents throw your money away, Rabotai, you're not allowed to say a word to them. V'tzara di gufa, because you hit him on the head, you had pain of the body. If your parents wanted to beat you up, they beat you up. You can't do anything back. Ubizayon gadol, and he had great embarrassment that she spit in his face. Lilamed, he comes to teach us. Shigam be'oven shesh kol anal lo yichalem. Even in the case where you have body go, all three, embarrassment, money loss, and physical bodily pain, you need to remember one thing, that the reason why they're doing this is because HaKadosh Baruch Hu commanded, and our job is to say nothing. We have to be quiet, Rahmat. We have to be quiet, Rabotai. And Bezrat Hashem B'lineder, when we start applying this into our lives, like I told you yesterday, Aaron Shuk John, if we don't honor our parents, if we don't call our parents, if we don't see how they're doing, or even our in-laws, Rabotai, it's very important. We don't have a card at all, our children are not going to know. If all we do, Artur John, is on the phone, and we're always busy with everything trying to make the world happy, but we're not taking care of the main thing, which is the family, that's going to be a problem. When you're in front of your children, make a phone to your father or your mother, Rabotai. Call them. Or if you don't have parents, unfortunately, say, I'm learning from my father, I'm learning from my mother, I'm doing a bracha. Let the kids see what does it mean, keep it AVM. Rabotai, we have to remember, kids that come into the world, how are they supposed to know this? If we at 50, 60 years old don't know this, how you want them to know this? That's what Rabotai put it on us, to educate our children how to go in the proper derech. Baruch Adonai Olam, Amen, Amen, Rabbi Chanan Bereket Shemer.